present here. I greet you. My name is Akagos Ejiko. I'm here to propose on the motion which says child abuse is to be blamed, government or parents. Child abuse is a deeply disturbing issue that raises significant questions about responsibilities and accountability. A child abuse can be defined as a way in which a child is being abused of his or her rights. A child can be abused sexually. Why? Because there is no adequate security. The government do not provide security, and that affects the child. Government are meant to provide adequate security so that the child cannot be abused sexually. When government do not provide these securities, it makes the child to be abused, which is not right. Furthermore, governments are not providing job opportunities for them. Governments are meant to provide job opportunities for parents to engage in, to be able to train their children. When government do not provide this, they are contributing to the child's abuse. Thereby, the government drops empty seats for people who will not know who will be there, whereby our children are there seeking for jobs. You see a graduate rejoicing, saying I am a graduate, yet still searching for a job which the government do not provide, and that makes him or her to engage in armed robbery, kidnapping and so on, which is not right. The government are meant to provide that job opportunities for them. Furthermore, government are meant to provide adequate environment, a robust environment for the child. Government are meant to provide a very conducive environment. When government do not do that, they are contributing to child abuse. We see government increasing the high rates of houses, which is not right. Government are meant to build lodges or houses free for parents, and the environment determines how the child will be, because environment affects the child. Governments who do not provide free education for children are also contributing to child abuse, because children are leaders of tomorrow. The government are meant to provide children with adequate education, which they are not doing, and that makes the child to be poor academically. Government are meant to provide free educations and also help the parents in training them, because that is their work. Government are also meant to provide programs eradicating to child abuse, teaching, training them on child abuse. But in our societies today, they are not doing that. With these few points of mine, you agree with me that governments are responsible for child abuse. Thanks.
Good day, panels of judges, Mr. Chairman, accurate thank you for our co-debaters, my dear parents and teachers. My name is Chidebere Emmanuel. I'm here for the topic which says child abuse, parents or government, who is to blame? I'm here to propose the topic that says parents are responsible for child abuse. Before I go into my topics, I would like to define who is a parent, a child, and child abuse. Who is a parent? A parent can be defined as an individual who has biological or legal rights to a child. Who is a child? A child can be defined as one who is below 18 years. What is child abuse? Child abuse can be defined as all forms of physical or emotional ill treatment, sexual abuse, neglect, or exploitation that result in actual or potential harm in child's health, development, and dignity. I hope I was able to convince you that parents are responsible for child abuse with the following point of mind. Parent isolation, also known as emotional or psychological abuse, involves deliberately trying to scare, humiliate, isolate, and ignore a child. This involves limiting the child's friendship and restricting their activities as children. This could lead to severe mental health issues and difficulties in forming relationships later in life. Children who experience parental isolation are at a higher risk of having mental issues, including depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts, as they are not allowed to interact freely in the society. They are also prone to having low self-esteem, low self-image, and lack of self-respect. Moreover, parents who lack proper parenting skills like underage parents may neglect their child. They fail to provide proper care of their child beyond basic needs, which are food, shelter, and clothing. Also, parents who lack proper parenting skills like underage parents may neglect their child. These parents fail to respond to the child's needs beyond basic needs like food, shelter, and clothing. The children receive little to no guidance and discipline from their parents as they are not able to provide this. These parents most times are emotionally detached and disengaged from their child's life, having little or no regard for the child's achievement or child's behavior. Moreover, children who have parents who are alcoholic are likely to be physically abused, because most times when their parents come home after drinking too much alcohol, they may molest their children. Fathers, to be precise, may rape their daughters, leaving the daughters sexually abused. These parents tend to have little or no feelings for the children and leave them to fend for themselves. Furthermore, parents may expose their children to an unhealthy environment. This environment may include places where there are a lot of social vices such as kidnapping, raping, theft, street cults, and prostitution. Thanks.
Good day, Chairman, panel of judges. Thank you. Thank you for your presence to know my age. I am a senior secondary school. I am here to propose a motion which says child abuse is the government of parents. Before I continue with my points, let me explain the terms child abuse and child abuse. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, a child is a person in the early stages of development and growth. Abuse is any behavior that causes harm, distress, often perpetrated by someone in position and trust. Therefore, child abuse, also known as child maltreatment, is any form of physical, emotional, or sexual behavior inflicted on a child. So, holding in support that government is the cause of child abuse, here are some points of mine. Government can underfund social services, leading to lack of resources, leaving the parents without support and increasing the risk of child abuse. Government can also provide inadequate child care system, leaving parents without support and increasing the risk of child abuse. Furthermore, government do not have adequate laws and policies that guide child abuse, allowing perpetrators to go unpunished. Here are some measures that are aimed at preventing child abuse in our country today. Government can address child abuse by providing support systems, implementing policies that addresses societal factors. Furthermore, government can also address child abuse by providing systems like child protection systems. With these 3 points of mine, I stand firm, grateful, unwavering, unshakable, unflappable, strongly agreeing that government has been child abuse.
Before I continue with my points, I would like to give honor to whom honor belongs by saying, good day, Mr. Chairman, impartial panel of judges, appropriate timekeeper, my co-debaters and my audience, good day. Standing here before you is Opera Chairman, I'm in SS1B. I'm here to speak in the motion which shows that child abuse, parents or government who is to blame. Before I continue with my 5th point, I would like us to know who is a parent, a child abuse and child abuse. A parent is someone who gives birth to a child and takes care of him from 0 to 18 years. A child is anyone who is above 18 years and is under parental care. Abuse is the misuse of what or the misuse of something. Then child abuse is the illegal treatment in which a child receives from the parents, relatives, and even the society. How is parents responsible for child abuse? Mental human rights says that every child is entitled to education. When the parents give an under child age goods to her work on the street, the child can become a victim and can be easily knocked down by a vehicle. The fault of some parents not sending their children to school because some of our parents are lazy and they cannot hustle for. My opponent may say that the government do not provide job opportunity for them. Are there not other menial jobs or self-employed? Did they wait for the government to provide food on their table? Furthermore, some parents give their children out in order to serve people. Their children work from morning to night without acquiring rest. And when the child tries to voice out, the boss will hit him or even deny food for some days. In addition, some parents ask their children to join other crimes like prostitution, embezzlement of public funds, and other crimes in order to answer rich and sweetness from people. Also, the child right is derived from parents and peer group. When a child tries to voice out any condition that is unfavorable to him, the parents or the audience would not allow the child. Instead, they will hit or flog the child. Also, some parents who has the money to pay for their child's school fees will either wait for the deadline or even have the child flogged. Also, when the child is working goods on the street instead of being to school, the child will be easily deceived, and the child is illiterate and can be easily deceived by friends and peer group, in the name they want to take them to abroad. I hope with these few points of mine I've been able to lead and not mislead you that parents is responsible for child's academic.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-director from the audience. My name is Evans Gulo, and I'm here on the topic which says child abuse, who are to be blamed, parents or government. To take us further in this debate, I would like us to know what is child abuse. Child abuse involves all forms of sexual, physical, and psychological harassment affecting billions of children around the world. Who is a child? A child is a person below 18 years and who is being taken care of by a parent or guardian. Therefore, I can agree with my opponent here that parents bear responsibility for the care and upbringing of their children. Parents are entrusted with providing a safe and nurturing environment where their children can grow and develop free from harm. Parents are to be financially stable to aid their children's needs like food, clothing, and education. However, in our today's generation, many countries aren't financially stable. Things like scarcity of jobs, unemployment, decrease in pensions and salaries, and increase in cost price of foodstuffs, lack of security, thereby force parents to make their children carry out hard labor like hawking, prostitution, and all the rest. Parents are not doing this deliberately, but because of the government, that is why they make their children to carry out hard labor. And all these are the work of the government. Parents have to pay their children's school fees, but how would they do this when they lack money? My opponents here may say that parents are entrusted to aid their children, like giving them food and education. But how would they do this when governments are refused to give them employment and other jobs that parents can gain money from? In addition, I can tell countries to implement things like flexible constitutions, which can allow the change of government at any time to kick out bad governments. Thank you.
Panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters and my fellow students. My name is Achukwu David from the Swampi class, and I'm here with the topic child abuse is responsible. Government or parents. Child abuse is a grave concern that affects millions of children worldwide. Why various factors contribute to this problem? The parents' responsibility lies with the parents. Parents who neglect their children or fail to provide adequate supervision create an environment conducive to abuse. This can lead to emotional or physical harm or damage to the child's well-being, making the child to feel abandoned or left behind. When parents neglect their children, it creates a power vacuum that can be exploited by abusers. Also, neglect can also lead to lack of boundaries, discipline, and guidance, making children more vulnerable to abuse. Moreover, parents as authority figures have the responsibility to provide and care for their children. So when they abuse their power, they can inflict harm both physically and emotionally. When parents abuse their power, they create a toxic environment that can have long-lasting effects on their child's physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. Perpetuation of cycles of violence. Parents can transfer the spirit of violence to their children, which makes them to perpetuate the cycle of violence they experience in their own childhood. When parents perpetuate the cycle of violence, they create a legacy of abuse that can be passed down through generations. Furthermore, parents who are not financially stable may send their children to work on the streets, which can lead to accidental deaths. Some may force their daughters into the act of prostitution when they know the dangers of STDs and HIV. Finally, in conclusion, I hope with these few points of mine, my audience will agree with me that parents are the cause of child abuse. Thanks.
Still standing on the existing protocol, good day, my fellow scholars and teachers. My name is Ifeanyi Chukwufeva, I'm in SS1. I'm here to propose a motion which says child abuse, government or parents, who is to be blamed. Before I proceed with my point, I would like to explain the following terms. Who is a child? A child is a person below the age of adulthood, or a minor gross person who is below the legal age of responsibility or accountability. Who is the government? The government is the body of power to make or enforce law, to control a country, land area, people, or organization. What is child abuse? Child abuse is an illegal cruel treatment, violation, forcing of undesired sexual activities, or perversion of an adult to a child. Here are some arguments supporting the idea that governments are responsible for child abuse. Even in our country today, you see a girl of 13 to 14 years dating a man of 15 years. This is also called child abuse. Abuse of power. Governments are meant to defend and support the less privileged in law, but this wickedness, they intimidate and crucify them. Governments are meant to make strong law in society, support the conduct of the citizen, and anyone who fails to obey the law will be punished without any favorism. Furthermore, bribery. Government will let bribery from individuals
who use children for human trafficking, illegal businesses and rituals, etc. Governments are also involved in this corruption. Social and economic factors, poverty and income inequality, lack of affordable housing, social services. Government fails to provide affordable housing and social services. My openness here, Opera Chamaka said that parents send their children out to stay for training, to stay with their uncles and aunties. How is parents send their children out when the government are not giving them social services without access to basic necessities? In addition, excessive curriculum in many schools today, especially the private schools, some students are being given excess subjects, and this weighs children down. Government are also aware of it, and they are doing nothing about it. This also causes child abuse. In conclusion, systematic issues. Governments fail to address systematic issues in the country, such as racism, sexism, and homophobia. Instead to address the government issues, governments are meant to address child abuse by creating a safer and supportive environment. I hope with this few points of mine that I've made, I'll be able to lead you and not to mislead you that government is responsible for child abuse. Thanks.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, founder of Lagos Accurate, thank you for my good. My name is Elizabeth Gabriela. I am in SS1B. I am here to propose a motion which says that parents and government who are victims of child abuse. Child abuse is a devastating issue that affects millions of children worldwide. While it is easy to point finger at economic factors, the harsh reality is that parents are the primary perpetrators of child abuse. However, for the fact that child abuse is hidden under closed doors or within family units or underscores the role of parents in perpetuating abuse, children are reluctant to report abuse or seek advice due to fear, shame, or loyalty to their parents. Furthermore, economic factors may contribute to child abuse. They do not justify or excuse parents' actions. Parents have fundamental responsibility for their children to protect and care for them, regardless of external circumstance. Parents not paying proper attention to their children. In our country, Nigeria now, many parents do not pay attention to their children. All that matters is their works and job. They only send their children to school, and when they come back, they do not ask them if they have any challenges like physical, emotional, or psychological challenges. Some of our parents who remarries now, their husbands at times harass their children sexually. When the child tries to report he or she to her parents, they shut them off or accuse them of trying to seduce or snatch their husband away from them. By acknowledging this reality, we can address that the root causes of child abuse in our country, Nigeria. That parents are the causes of child abuse when they refuse to take good proper care of their children. Thanks.
Still standing on the existing protocols because governments are responsible for child abuse. I can say my fellow debater here say that every child has a right to education. Yes, a child has a right to education, but will a child go to school without funding support? No. Government are meant to provide for the parents in order to train their children to school. And my fellow brother here, Wachuku David, he also said that parents are meant to be financially stable. How can a parent be financially stable when government do not provide the job opportunities for them? Government are meant to look into that. They are meant to provide laws eradicating to child abuse, preventing and providing social welfare. Government are meant to look into the cause of child abuse and teach the citizens on child abuse. But in our country today, we can't see all of that. Government who collects bribery from people, are contributing to child abuse, thereby seeing a child with drugs such as cocaine, heroin, and so on, and leave them collect bribery in order to free them, which is not right. Government are contributing to the child abuse. Government are meant to provide mandatory laws on the child abuse. I stand with full support to tell you that government are responsible for child abuse. Thanks.
In conclusion, I would like to say that child abuse is a very pressing and disturbing issue in our country today. Like my opponent said, that government are responsible for child abuse because of bad economy, but I would like, which may lead parents to call child abuse. But I would like to say that parents are responsible for action and know what to do as adults. I still remain humble in Chidebere.
Thank you for the opportunity that you gave me. Fortunately, this is English and it is also important in as much as you are looking at the scores. Our first speaker from SS1A, you are not comforting yourself. It's as if you are shaking and it's also affecting your voice. And there are some statements that you make like children's. Please, next time is children, okay? Educations. Please, okay? Just get that and always try to, even in as much as you have your point, just calm down. Because if you are shaking and your voice is not clear, we will not understand what you are saying. Then my speaker from SS1B, you started well and you started shaking. Just calm down. As you are saying it, try to comfort yourself. Did you get it now? Second speaker, you are not audible. You have your points, but you are not audible. And you are repeating furthermore. You are repeating your furthermore. You need to vary them. Do you understand? Vary them, not specifying on that particular thing. Vary it. It's also important. Second speaker, you try. Try. At least you did very well. Then third speaker, you did not end well. You did not end well. Just focus on our way. So we need to know that you are ending. You did not end well. Also, third speaker, you are not speaking very clear. We are managing to hear you. You are very sound, but we are not hearing you very well. And you know that if you did not hear you very well, that means the effort is useless. Then our fourth speaker, you said power, and you also said the statement you are supposed to have said is how would the parents send their children, but you are saying why. You are supposed to have said how. You are trying to counter your opponent. The statement should have been how, not why. Do you understand? Because we are trying to counter his statement. So the statement should be how and not why. I hope you are getting your corrections. Then, good proper care. That is from the other side. Good proper care. Either you say proper care or good care. Not using the two at the same time. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So finally, collecting bribe. Collecting bribe. Did you get it? Hello, I hope you are getting the corrections. Please, so that next time you don't repeat it. You know that in as much as you are speaking, English language is involved. So thank you. That is my own.
Don't say hi, you say hello. things I observe in this place. One, there are a high level of grammatical blunder. Grammatical what? Blunder. The use of your past tense and present tense will not really use the way it should be. We have past tense, we have present tense. Some of you will just say a lot of things without using them correctly. Two, your oratory ability. Your what? Oratory ability. In debate, you are meant to be audible. To be what? Audible. You don't soliloquize. You don't do what? Soliloquize in debate. You be what? You be audible. You need to hear the wordings of these things you are pronouncing clearly. So you need to be audible in your debate. Thirdly, you have to be eloquent. You have to be what? Eloquent. Be eloquent. Don't shiver. Don't fumble. Don't shake. Be what? Be organized. Comport yourself very, very well. That's what we call phobia. What we call what? Phobia. Apostolophobia. So you don't allow yourself to be enveloped by fear. You fumble, you stammer, you shake. No, it's wrong. You what? Be comported. Be organized. Know why you are here. Believe in yourself. Have what? Confidence. Have what? Self-confidence. Some people don't have self-confidence. You are, shaking. You are afraid. Mumbling, and murmuring. Soliloquizing. So it's very, very wrong. All right. There's what we call tautology. What do you call what? Tautology. Call it what? Tautology. You don't use two words that have the same meaning in a very what? In the same sentence. It's very wrong. Call it what? Tautology. Two words that have the same meaning in a particular sentence is wrong. So that's why some of you say bending corner. Bending corner is wrong. Bending corner is wrong. Either use bending or use corner. So in a debate also, you should count your words. Know how to use those words. Don't use two words that have the same meaning in your word. In your speech is what? Very, very what? Very, very wrong. In English, you check all those things. And once we find them out, your mark will be reduced. Are you with me? Yes. All right. I have another one here I mentioned also. Yes. So lastly, before I leave, the first thing we should do in every debate is to define the terms. Do what? Define what? The terms. Define the terms. Let's know the definition of those terms. Define them first. Once they are being defined, then you can now go ahead and explore them. Just coming here to begin to talk without telling us those terms. Every debate, in every topic, we have what we call key terms. Key what? Key terms. Once they are well defined, every other thing will be well placed. Your clothes should be neat, well ironed, tucked in. Your hair should be well cut, not bushy. So your dressing, even your tie, you are organized. Your shoes, are they polished? Those black shoes, are they now whitish? So we should know all these things. So your dressing has its own mark in debate. So you should know how you to dress before coming out to talk to people in the public. It is very, very important. Very, very important. The way you dress. The way you dress. Other than that,
part of imparting knowledge. We are not here just to create fun. We are also here to learn both the one we know and the one we do not know. So I believe next time they will improve more. And those of you who are watching, who are listening, it's for your own betterment. Are you hearing me? Yes. So you learn from people what you don't know, you learn from them. We want to give out our results, what we observe from them, so next time they improve more. Group A tried and Group B also tried. But you know, in any champion, there must be what? A winner. Is it not? Even in our different classes, we have champions, but we still have winners. So I want to let us know that A tried and B tried. Group A got 749 points. Whereas Group B got 776 points. So with this, we want to announce you that Group B